Alright, whatever.
So does anyone know what cloppers are? There are people who are into My Little Pony porn. They're called cloppers. Because ponies when they clop.
Yeah.
So favorite movie?
Yeah, let's
I'm sorry.
am I starting?
Yeah, let's go that way.
Alright, let's go backwards. Okay. So, what's it called?
I like My Little Cloppers.
I don't know if video right there.
Yeah,
I don't know where I'm gonna end it. Like, am I gonna end it with
So cloppers!
or am I gonna start?
I'll just bite the legs.
Previously on the last show, cloppers. What's it called? I had a tough time this year. I really did. But since I'm using the term favorites instead of best, made it a little bit easier because I realized, as much as I enjoyed Straight Outta Compton and Creed and so many other movies and stuff like that, Kingsman is the movie I kept watching over and over again. I saw it in the theater. I saw it in the theater. Got to see it early, which was a great experience in itself.
I loved that.
Then I bought it. It's one of the few movies I bought.
Guinness were $3 at the theater. I don't even really like. I mean, I'll have Guinness, but like I ordered another beer. They gave me Guinness. Like, all right, I guess I'm drinking this, you know.
I bought it as soon as I got it. I watched it repeatedly on DVD. Now it's on HBO, and whenever it's on and I have to be flipping through, I watch it. It may not be like the best movie that's ever been made and stuff like that, but there's something about it that resonates with me that it was my favorite movie of the year.
The soundtrack was fantastic. I think another part of that movie, like for me, is like I do it a lot now. Is like when I'm cleaning or doing something around the house. It's one of those movies where I put on just for background movie, just so like it can have.
But at certain points you have to stop and watch.
Sure, like the church scene.
Oh, the church
Straight
scene.
up have to watch.
Amazing.
Yeah, I have to like no matter what I'm doing, I'm like, all right. And then well, I won't get spoiled, but immediately right after, like, all right, I gotta go back to like vacuuming or whatever. It's a great movie.
Well, now my food is burned.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, my cat.
Yeah, you know.
I'm gonna give an honorary mention to the Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Sure.
I really enjoyed it,
Did it come out
loved
in
it,
2015?
but I'm giving it an honorary, and I still want to see the movie. I've seen it twice already. I want to see it a third time in the movie theaters, and so on and so forth. But I have to go with Kingsman as well. And again, when we went to go see it, I knew nothing about this movie. I was just hanging out with you guys. I said, "Fuck it, let's go, whatever." And from beginning to end credits and everything, I was just like, holy shit. It picked, I was into it from the beginning. It never lost my attention. All the characters, no matter how over the top they were fantastic. And Samuel L. Jackson, with his real started talking, he was brilliant in that movie. Colin Firth was amazing. Colin Firth was amazing. He just like talking like this and that. That's what I'm saying. And then like I said, Colin Firth was and the new Jack. What's his? But I know Exy, and his name was Exy in the show. I unfortunately don't recall his name. He impressed the shit out of me in the sense of he held his own with them.
Great actors.
You know, he had all these actors, and he just moved back and forth. And like I said, the adventure, the excitement, it really was, and it was funny too, because it at times it was just like, did they just make that joke? Holy shit, that was great.
There's certain things I want to say, but I don't want to say. It's still in that spoiler territory.
It's been over. I think it's been over a year. I think you're fine.
But now that it's on,
it didn't come out in January.
It didn't, you know.
It didn't come out in January. It came out last year.
I thought it came out in February.
February.
Right, it hasn't been a year.
so it hasn't been here.
They got you.
Ah.
You lose. Look, I don't know how you.
And mind you, that there again, tough category because again, Straight Outta Compton was fantastic. Creed was fantastic. Two movies not nominated for Oscars. Sorry. I also loved Furious 7. I thought that was a great movie too. Again, over the top, but a lot of fun.
We're still waiting for that cut scene between like Furious 2 and 3 where they all went into the Super Soldier program. Because like what's called somewhere along the movie became slightly adventurous to fucking superheroes. These guys need
I think
capes.
around 4 is when that happened. Furious 4.
Maybe.
Well, because there wasn't a fast. They weren't in Fast 3. Fast 3 was Tokyo Drift.
We were
Maybe that was cut out scene in
Tokyo
3.
Drift. That's the problem.
Did anybody see Spotlight?
No.
Okay, let me tell you, That movie is fucking brutal. But everybody in that movie, Michael Keaton down, were fan-fucking-tastic.
Are you about to pull a Wilson?
You didn't pick that.
I'm just asking the question.
In fact, to me, it's the movie that should. It's not going to win because The Revenant apparently is so fantastic. But to me, Spotlight should take.
I gotta be honest. I've heard a lot of great things about Revenant.
It should
I do
take.
when I see it.
I know.
I'll
I
tell you
want
right
to see
now, I give no fucks about the Oscars.
Yeah, you know why? But that seems like a good movie that I would enjoy.
I want to see the movie, but it's like what's called people like what's good Oscar worth, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? To
I mean
me?
that's just that or the other thing, but it seemed like a great movie.
Especially like when I found out that was called how those things are chose, I was like, fuck you, I can't even less.
I really don't like the director's attitude. He's got this attitude how my movie's not a. He doesn't like genres. He doesn't consider his movie like a western or whatever it is.
Revenant?
It's really a colonial drama.
But no, his attitude is awful.
Yeah, he's got a weird. He's
very
I don't know if it's the
pretentious
accent
about
or the his language or like not being sure. If somebody comes, I agree. It's like pretentious, but something's not coming off right. Like I think he's trying to explain something, but every time I've heard it, I've heard the same thing. It sounds like
He's
like
obnoxious.
it's too good for that. It's too good. It's too good to fit into that genre. And I'm like, is it? I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, Jay.
Oh, my turn. Another movie we got to see early at the Alamo at a free screening was Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, that was a hard one not to pick.
I believe it. I believe it. This is a movie that George Miller, the man hadn't made an action movie since Thunderdome in 1986 or something like that, 85 around there.
Wait, he hasn't made a movie?
No, action movie.
Okay, I was about to say
he made Happy Feet.
He made some random
2
thing,
or something like that.
He made a bunch of kids movies because he had kids.
Yeah.
And he didn't want his kids seeing his work when he was doing like Thunder Road and stuff like that.
And this motherfucker, he was trying to get this film made for a long time. It was supposed to be filmed in Australia, but apparently this season did something weird where the rains came and like flowers grew and shit.
Oh, really?
The rains came down in Africa?
It was too green. in
Life
Australia.
came to the desert to stop this movie from happening. He said no. He went to Africa. He went to Africa and filmed it. It has incredible practical effects. There's a very little CGI in it, but it works.
Yeah.
The relationship between Max and the lead woman, Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron, is perfect. There's no romance involved. They're just partners, and I like seeing that.
We got really lucky in the fact that we got to see it early, and we also got to see the interview.
Yes, the interview was great too.
Yeah.
He came off as such a likable guy.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, but Robert Rodriguez interviewed the director and the main villain from Fury Road.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And
I wasn't at the screening.
Yeah. So what's called?
He was up, and I saw that.
One of the most interesting things that they mentioned was the fact that he was surprised that people were doing the effects. Like he's like what's called like we always plan to do the stilt thing by what's called CGI. Then I look over and the stunt guys got these guys on big sticks going, hey, look how that works. It's like, what are we doing? It's like they figured out a way to do it.
Make it work. Make it
And
practical.
every guy, the stuntman and the prop designer were having so much fun with it. They said that everything had a story. Like every vehicle had a story, every weapon had a story. Like there was an origin to everything that they built. Like everything had a character, and you felt it when you watched it in the movie.
And every vehicle was practical and functional.
Yeah.
The fucking big truck with speakers on the back and people drumming on it, and the guitarist with flames shooting out of the neck. That was all funk that worked.
Yeah.
I really have a lot of appreciation for that movie. The story is the simplest you could fucking make it.
It's a
Go down, make a left.
We're gonna go this way. We're gonna go back this way.
Yeah.
That's the movie right there.
It was up there with like Avatar.
By the way, that's what stops
sorry,
me.
I
That's
couldn't
what
follow
stops
that.
me. Hold on. That's actually what stops
They lost you
me
at the left
from putting
turn?
it at- again, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. But that's what stops me from putting it as the best, and I don't know why.
It's not the best.
It's personal.
We said it was favorite.
Favorite, and that's what stops it from being at the top of the list because it was just
The
kind of
story
like,
wasn't enough for you.
it wasn't.
That's fine.
That's it.
I think it's not what you do; it's how you do it.
I thought it was beautiful. I thought the movie was beautiful.
What was the first movie? The first time Wilson asked me this question was an interesting topic. Smoking Aces. He goes, "That was a good movie. Was it a good story?" And I'm like, "No, but it was a good movie." Because like I enjoyed Smoking Aces a lot,
Beginning to end.
but there's like very little in the sense of story Like it really doesn't hook you on the story. It's just like the action pacing and the
It's so
storytelling.
convoluted, that movie.
It was, but I still loved it. And then at the end, when Ryan Reynolds is just sitting there.
I like Smoking Aces so much that I gave the sequel a chance, and I'm still not. I'm still mad about
No,
that.
but I'm saying, so
Hey,
because
that
I
sequel's
remember
not as bad as
Ryan
the
Reynolds is
I
just
know,
sitting between
I
the
know.
two of them and just goes click, and that's just
it.
it.
I'll be
That
honest.
was fucking
The movie was
brilliant.
Smoking Aces is still is one of those movies that I don't think got a lot of credit at the time that it came out.
Right.
Mhm.
What are we talking? Like almost 7 years now.
It might be a little longer.
Maybe.
Might
Anyway,
be.
regardless,
But it's still, it's like as it grows, it's got a cult following now. It really
Yeah.
does. But again, that scene, like through the whole movie, everything that happens, the
Fantastic.
assassin hooker, all the crazy assassins coming in.
Yeah.
But again, that scene sticks with me
crazies.
where
Chris
all
Pine.
this shit comes out and they're about to say, well, we're just gonna, let them do their thing, and he's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Click, die. I was like, oh, it was brilliant.
All right, Wilson.
The Martian.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Great.
He had to make
great
it for
book.
his last one.
It's fun.
What'd you say?
He had to make him for his last choice. He's like, the Martian. I'm not even telling you
I'm
why.
not even talking about anything else.
Because I know that
Alright,
I know most of us read the book prior to seeing the movie.
Just about a
Just,
month
before-
prior
yeah,
to
I
seeing
yeah,
the movie.
same.
And we saw it, and I love the book.
I gotta tell you,
And the
The
book
best-
is my favorite word.
I was, if I'm gonna go, I might have to say it's one of my favorites of
But
the year.
for me, it was like this is the first time I'm watching a movie based on a book that I just read. So it wasn't even like, I read it a few years ago, so I'm a little more forgiving.
Yeah.
I was really critical watching the movie and then
Mhm.
going, oh, they left that out, they left that out. But I understood why, because it would be a long
10-hour movie, yeah.
10-hour
if
fucking movie.
not more.
I actually read the book after I saw the movie,
Right.
and I think the movie actually ended better than the book.
That I agree.
Yes,
I
I
agree.
I think that was
agree
good. The
with
book
that
had a
as
lot more
well.
meat to it and stuff like that.
I felt
But
like the book
ending
went,
for
the guy went,
movie
okay, I can't
was
write
better.
anymore. I'm just done. I put this fucking guy through so
I mean,
much.
I don't think that
I'm
book
done.
ended badly. I think
No. But I feel
No,
that
no,
it just.
I don't think he
stopped.
like got I don't think he ran out of steam. I think it's like this is how a good way to end a book without it being
Because
too much.
there was so much, but he was like,
Yeah.
I put this guy through, so I'm just gonna stop right here.
For me,
Yeah.
it's like the book ended as a book.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the movie, what was added to the movie was
Made it more-
needed.
It was what
it was
people
that-
wanted to think what happened after.
Yeah.
They wanted to give you a closing. They didn't want to end it with, okay, we rescued
X,
him
Y, or Z.
and done.
Right.
They didn't want to do, which is what the book did. We rescued him, stop.
Spoiler.
Does it make
Sorry. But I enjoyed both. I really did. So I'm so sorry.
I want to say this because what's going to end up happening is we're going to forget it when 2016 is over. I want to mention Hateful Eight. Because even though it came out Christmas and we saw it like the first week in January, I want to just mention how great a movie that I thought was. Not just because of the movie itself, but because of the experience of going to see that 70mm with and
The overture,
intermission and overture, everything.
Even
about
the fucking
So
the magazine.
the experience
was like if
the
you're going to a
experience
theater.
of the
if you're
movie,
going to a
the
theater.
experience of going to see Hateful Eight, I think is probably the best experience I've ever had going to the theater.
And those
And those seats were amazing.
We went to special theater in
Rochelle.
nearby in New Rochelle in New York, and the seats
reclining
basically
seats.
recline all the way down, so you could basically just lay down, have popcorn on your stomach, and feel more like a fat fuck because you had that entire pocket, and like a big bucket of soda.
I love that
Practically an honor at that point.
I love that the skinniest guy here saying that you can feel like a fat. What?
Can I get one of those?
Yeah, hold on. I'm in the middle of the sentence. I love the skinniest guy here saying that what's going. He feels like a fat fuck. But the funny thing is, I'm getting up and I gotta make sure that my stomach is not in the camera.
It happens, but I think that like that experience was
But
phenomenal.
no, I agree with you. We
And so
saw
I
that
want to
together.
mention that because of it'll get forgotten. I have a big feeling because of where it falls in.
But that's your job.
And then with everything
Yeah.
we're
Next year when we
expecting,
pick.
especially that with everything we're expecting for this year
Yeah,
to
'cause I
come
mean,
out,
like, with-
it's
yeah.
you're right.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
very
not
easy
gonna
to
go
forget.
that whole thing, but the thing. I'm actually
Did
gonna
we see it this year or last year?
We saw it this year.
Yeah,
we
we
saw it
saw
this
January.
year.
It was
We saw like
So
the
January,
first, second week in January.
I think it's the last night they were doing that actually.
Yeah, it was like that first week.
And we enjoyed it, and it was and we all because none of us sat there and went. We all
The
looked at it.
pacing
and
of that
was like,
movie is amazing.
amazing for a 3.5 hour movie. A 3 hour movie, it moved. Where you're like,
Yeah.
what? That was 3 hours?
When the intermission came in, I'm like, why are they having the intermission after an hour?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
It was
I'm
2
like,
hours
holy
in.
shit.
Like
It's
now
hours in.
45 minutes in.
Yeah, that's what, but that blew my mind. Like,
Yeah.
if it's really like
Intermission's way too early. What the fuck's going on?
I'm actually gonna pick, like, I enjoyed Star Wars, I enjoyed Avengers, I enjoyed everything else. I'm actually gonna pick Ant-Man for my favorite movie.
Really? Awesome.
I love that movie so much, and one of the reasons why I loved it so much was because I was not expecting it. I think my expectations were, like, so, like,
It
low.
snuck up on you?
It really did for me. Like, I heard that people were like, yeah, good
Did you
movie.
think Marvel was going to jump the shark now because after all the great movies they've done so far?
Kind of, because you know what ended up happening with Ant-Man was the previous fall, or in 2014, they had that whole big expo where they did the lineup for Phase 3. And Avengers was about to come out, and they did a big thing saying Age of Ultron is going to be this, 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 and this. And then they did the whole expo saying, here's the lineup for Phase 3. And it was this big hype fest, and it was like, wow, that's awesome. Fucking Civil War, you got Black Panther, you got Guardians of the Galaxy, all these different things, and humans, and like, holy shit. And there was not one mention of Ant-Man in that entire thing. So it was one of those things where I was like, alright, do they kind of think that, like, we're just going to throw that out there and just, like...
You know what? Now that you mentioned it, I do remember that
There was nothing.
The press on it was really dropped.
There was nothing. There was nothing. And thinking about the fact that they bolstered Age of Ultron, which I completely understand, but there was nothing about Ant-Man. So I was like, maybe they kind of think that, like, because it was the press with, like, Edgar Wright backing down and stuff like that, I think that, like, I kind of went in thinking, alright, it's going to probably be, like, the worst of it, which isn't a bad thing to say. Like, I mean,
Right.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe is
It stood
pretty good.
It stands
And
well.
I thought it was
stood
phenomenal.
Excellent.
I know Paul Rudd was amazing.
He was
You did a
great.
great job.
Kirk Douglas.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm sorry, not Michael Douglas.
Michael
excuse
Douglas.
me.
Kirk Douglas is 100.
Yeah, he's 100. He's like 100.
I looked at him the other day.
Is he dead?
I was like,
No, he's alive and well. He's
And
alive.
I just
Okay,
ate
he's
noticed
alive.
that.
He
Oh,
just
that is better for that. He's alive. I don't know about
alive and
well.
well. No, he's alright. He's 100 years old. They just
He's
celebrated.
well for 100. He's
He's
100
well
well.
for-
He's not 25 well.
No, understand.
He's 100
He
well.
can't
So what is he,
speak
a
anything.
wrinkle?
Oh, he is a wrinkle. He is certainly a
He's
wrinkle.
up there.
But I have to
And-
tell you
and
that Michael
he-
Douglas.
I think his grandson-
even the fat.
Is his
what?
grandson alive?
I don't remember.
I have no idea.
But even the effects on Michael Douglas's
That was
face.
really good.
I said, because we said to go like this. Holy shit! How did they make him look like he was 25,
So
30
to
again?
me, because like
So when did we start watching Wall Street?
Yeah.
it was one of those things for me.
Score the gecko.
It messed with me because, like, first of all, I didn't know it was a heist movie going in, so there's all these different things going in, and then like, even the button at the end when they like show like, oh, Captain America's gonna be on the side, and then like they had a scene with the Falcon and some like that like little superhero team up type thing where like they fight each other but we're on the same side. Like there were so many things about that movie that really like resonated to me to like early '80s comic books,
Right.
and, like how fun they were, you know. So that's what it was to me. Like here's where like a fun comic book that's like kind of silly but like has a good heart,
Yeah.
and we put on the screen, and to me that's what like I got out of that movie.
Right.
So to me that's what I really enjoyed.
In that, is I have to agree because I thought what made that movie for me was, in a world where you have Daredevil, which we all love, it was dark, gritty,
Mhm.
then you have the Avengers, which is cosmic. We're dealing
Yeah.
with, and then you got this Ant-Man, like, I'm gonna go rob this bank
Yeah.
over here, and in the process, you're like, holy shit! Not only does it fit in there, in all that,
It was just
craziness,
done so well.
it held its own against all of it because it's like you cannot say that there was a bad performance in the movie.
Yeah.
Storyline kept
Michael
you
Pena I
interested.
thought was amazing.
I think he kind of stole the movie.
He stole
Yeah,
it,
he's-
but he was in there just, in my opinion, just,
Just
right
enough.
Just,
Yeah,
right
just enough.
Had he been in
You
there,
understanding?
had he been in there
2 minutes
anymore-
more probably would have been too much. I think.
No, had he been in there anymore, I think that was called like Paul Rudd's performance would have started to suffer.
Yeah,
I think he would have overshadowed.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree.
I think what also knocks the movie knocks everything out of the park because we have a situation where the younger generation may be getting sick of superhero movies, but they don't understand how dry the well was for us for so many years.
So long.
That the fact that you have this guy riding an ant on a movie screen is much more impressive than anything else has been because we never thought we would see something
Well,
like
our biggest movie, our biggest superhero movies in the first 30 years of our lives, Dave and myself, I apologize. Superman, the motion picture, Superman 2, and Batman with Michael Keaton.
Don't forget Howard the Duck.
That was
trying to
awful.
forget Howard.
Trying to
Now,
forget that movie.
Here's the funny thing. I don't know who fucked it up because there's a whole bunch of rumors going back and forth. But we can all agree that Fantastic Four was a shit show.
Yeah.
However, it was interesting to me that at the beginning of the movie, before whatever happened, whoever's changed the movie, the beginning of the movie, it looked like they were going for
old school like 1950s sci-fi movie.
Sure,
And
yeah.
it was an interesting feel for it, and I don't want to say the beginning is bad.
When we went to go see that movie, I'm gonna interrupt for 1 second. When we went to go see that movie, I took notes on how bad that
remember.
movie was, and I drew them out when I moved. But there's one
As well you
line,
should.
there's one scene in there. There's one thing that I wrote down where the scene where they all go into the other universe, the other plane or dimension or whatever, the X dimension, and they all go because they're drunk, and they call in Ben Grimm, come join us. I wrote down it's like 3 adults got drunk off of 1 8-ounce flask.
Yeah.
What a bunch of fucking lightweights.
Yeah.
like, are you serious? Like,
They
Mark
got-
Jones on his own experience going, shit, 8 ounce flat, that shit barely buzzed me.
I mean, like to me, there was like
that's the most that it could possibly have. Not everybody's flask is full when they pull it out. Like what's called like. I have a friend who pulls out a flask
like
on a regular
cocaine,
basis.
alcohol, like
I've never seen him fill it up.
I've never-
Go drinking from it.
yeah, it's like a bag of holding.
Yeah. And I was just like that. And I
But
don't.
the beginning, it had potential, and it was one, and like
I think that was called the kid story was the best part of
Yep.
the movie. I would have loved to have seen a series of movies of young Ben Grimm and young Reed Richards.
Yeah.
That in itself would have been fun for me.
yeah,
But like what's called
man, it was bad.
yeah.
Anyway, what's next?
By the way, excellent choice. I mean, honestly, excellent choices all around. You know, if you want to get into it, it was a hard year for movies because again, Straight Outta Compton was
I got
fucking
enough for one more
phenomenal.
round.
All right, let's go. Back to the game.
Sorry, I don't speak Irish. No, but pirates were attacking the city. That's what it was like. I'm a big blue guy.
There you are.
Press X.
Grandpa! Ow! How'd you